Okay, folks, call meeting to order at Economic Development Commission, 6 p.m., March 28th. Want to do it?
Sure. 30 seconds. I'm just going to write down the initials.
Yeah. Well, we got our meeting next. So.
Awesome. Alrighty, so a couple things. First, assisted living, the kind care concept, they came in a couple months ago. I actually was at a ribbon cutting last week, or a groundbreaking, I should say, with them in Bristol. So they're doing up there very similar to ours, except they're going up instead of sideways, the size of the lot. The part that I was happy about, I got to see the president of Thomas and Savings Bank. They're doing financing for assisted living facilities they're doing. Cool thing about that is Thomas and Savings is also the funding partner for Mark and Tony on the downtown project for the train station. So I know they're not a big bank, but the fact that they're on board with them, it gave me a little more feeling of comfort, which is great. Also found out that they are looking at doing a fourth facility in Manchester. So the good news is they're kind of continuing on. Second page, if you look at it, I gave you some information here. Some I gave from last time, but I pulled some more today just to show you. Top one again are kind of taxes and jobs. The only one I added to it was restaurant, which was the other possible use. And I used the McDonald's on Britain Road kind of as the baseline for value on that one. 1.75, and then below kind of shows the recent sales of industrial sites, commercial sites on the turnpike in the area where we are. So you can kind of see, other than the Berlin Pizza one, which was in itself a little insane. You can see the average around 295. So I just want to kind of bring that to you. I was pretty impressed with them, but I wanted to kind of have you guys have a discussion, wanted to see if we can get a direction for them, because I know right now I'd like to do something in town. Is or not in favor of the application behind the CVS. So we'll have a discussion on that. Get your take.
They're not under contract.
I believe they have a letter of intent. Asking for some like. Yeah, he actually not that long ago was a little higher than that. After looking at it, consideration. I think something.
They don't need us to move forward, right? They don't need our support. We do nothing to move forward.
They can't. I mean, the reason they presented to us is they want our support because they then want to have me approach planning and zoning to see if it's something they're willing to look at, because again, we don't even have assisted living and zoning, right? So it's going to be an addition of the use and addition of the use of the zone as a lot of use. So it's going to be sort of a two-step process.
You know, as I look at your numbers here, Chris, from revenue standpoint, brings in a lot of tax dollars.
Seem to put a lot of stress on services. Police are concerned, or
You wonder how much more take the traffic. Yeah, it's pretty.
it is. This
Even if they came out of this court, they still got to get out. Yeah. And
Yeah, you almost can't at that point. You got the elevation problem. Then you're actually probably too close to that curve for the driveway about this.
plan for this one is to use the existing entrance and exit, right?
Yeah. More with a curve cut. I'm for this thing. I was excited to hear about it in the first place, but I didn't want to jump. Okay. The more I think about it, the use of that particular site is very, very good. Have housing already in that area. Okay. comment that Pete made about how much more traffic can be used on that curb cut. Again, probably could not take that much more volume. So why wouldn't we support this? That's probably the question. Why wouldn't? It's a different type of use. Okay, that we're not used to come into this, but it is a tax generator, and it's a good use for that.
It's the only question, what other areas affect? You got that zone too.
Somewhere, right there and across the street from Home Depot, places that are on PSP. And John owns everything else. John owns the entire 18 acres up to the zone.
What they did for Boston Stand versus the was private base tool. It's here, it's 5,000. You're never,
Yeah, about 4,500, 5,000 a month.
and I know, but I had to go back. I could do something. With my launch, so it's fine.
It would cost more. Once said and done, because you got to buy up options. That's what you want.
Yes, Trevor.
Chris asked me to come down and talk to you guys about this stuff. I had my mother for 10 years over at Middle Woods in Newington. And like you said, you're not going to take services. They're going to buy your water and sewage. And as far as traffic, I would go visit her once a day or twice a day, depending on how many units you have there. Bring jobs, because a lot of people are having private aids, things like that. My mother died 5 years ago. When she left, it was like $4,000 a month. People are going to buy supplies because you have to have your own health and comfies and cleaning supplies. They'll clean your unit and all that stuff. So they're going to spend money on it also. So I think it's a win-win. People want to stay in Berlin. I know it wasn't bad for me to drive, but my brother had to come from Barron all the time, whereas Berlin is centrally located. And like you said, it would be a great spot for it.
Because they were wait for some better law. I moved in this town in 1960. That lot was empty. There's been nothing put there since then. They were dumping stuff off the Pisco Road into that lot. So how much longer do you want to wait?
I'm not opposed to this, but how much longer do you want to wait? There's a lot of development in the area, so that can create development there. Is this the best use for the lot? No. Absolutely. Is it a good use? It's good. We talked about last time a nursing home to this effect tried to move in was the Berlin Pizza Plaza. And we decided that wasn't best there, or the town decided, whoever decided, and look at it now. So it's not exactly dead in the water. So,
With
But-
the asking price, one of the things that I was thinking the same thing. But even approach proceeding, touch that kind of. So
I agree, but if this fell through, that number would keep going down. But I get it. Is it the best use? I don't think so, but it's a good use. It's good enough.
Would you like to see retail?
I think. But like I said, it's what do you call it?
So how's this? If it didn't go there, and they wanted to locate, where would a facility like that go?
Didn't we say that near Bethany Church there, that hill?
Yeah, but that's a potential location there on Bethany Hill. I know, yeah. Yeah, I know that lot, the entire front's pretty wet. You gotta get into it from the side, but yeah, that lot would probably work zoning. But yeah, they want to be near commercial, they want to be near residential. I'm not sure what else we would have. around town.
Not really.
No, there's not. I mean, the other option was,
If you had to have one or two places there. On the highway. In that area.
Because you have to enter and exit through.
Unless you bridge across the wetland.
And how many stories are we talking here? 4?
no, I think they're talking 3 stories. Yeah, I don't think they were talking 4 stories.
Okay, so 3 stories is what? 5.
35 or 40.
It's nice about that location. It's set down. It's not gonna
Yeah,
stand,
it
it's
is
not
set
gonna
down.
stand up like,
Everything is all elevates.
Right.
Everything higher.
This is, I look at it. I know one of the principals. This is not true.
Jeez, do we want to deal with that?
I guess so. you
Financially
know?
stable people, I don't know.
And I guess the other thing, like Pete just said, how long would we wait? Something like this now will help spur other development. People are interested in what's going on. Because they see something like this. I think it helps. Yeah, I don't know what other groups better. I'm sure there are some. As we sit here, with this in front of us, see how.
Well, and the other thing, you look at the tax dollars. That's what our capital is. Tax dollars.
Yeah, it's gonna help other development in that area. It's gonna look good. It's not gonna be like some half-assed project. It's gonna look good. It's gonna be brand new.
The only other question, and I agree, probably would be better than most, is we did talk about how it's run. Are they gonna build this, sell it, go? That's something we gotta worry about, and all of a sudden,
You know, that's always something to worry about with this kind of work. Just like the fellow that wanted to sell storage, I asked him, keep your stuff, sell it. But even Diadio, right? You know, he's going to, he can,
But he's
gonna sell.
he's gonna sell, he's gonna sell. But anybody can get out anytime they
Well,
want.
what's wrong with that?
Yeah, you
it's
know.
free enterprise.
Yeah, I know,
Can't
so
really
you can't
put a
stop
limit
it.
on something like that.
Yeah, I mean, neither, I did ask the question when I met with both Roger Tucker and Bristol, neither one of them were concerned. You have these guys having whatever, it is 7 or 8 already.
I just think we gotta ask all questions.
yeah.
If we don't want to do it ourselves.
I really think that that was as lucrative for retail, this first CD. Because it really fit
And I-
fit into his,
I do agree, because even if it was, they had to pay extra on it, 20-30%. If in the long run, he thought it was gonna make it.
And you want to know something? You got more of a chance of an empty building retail.
And
Well-
John's trying to go the other way too. Actively, you know,
Right.
I can't,
I think
if this makes sense for him, I think he'd have it win. The way he does.
Yeah, I think we gotta look at ourselves and that's really beginning. Development comes to. Okay. So most of the time we're setting the tone. Yes, we do send an opinion to planning and zoning. But we too are sending a message to everybody else like they watch us. And the reason why I brought this up is we do have 2 more corners there that are eyesores. Okay? Yeah, the industrial surplus that we would love to see totally developed. Hotel and car dealer that's on the corner is a prime piece of property. Okay, that intersection is the busiest intersection in town. So where do we go? I say we support this. Give it a thumbs up. Stand behind it.
Okay, does anyone have any reason why we won't support it? Okay, I'm looking for a motion then to support this project.
I'll make that motion. to support this process.
I will second.
Mr. Gettys here. For discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Okay.
See you, Charlie.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Charlie.
Take care.
You're welcome.
Nice seeing you.
Okay, guys.
Yep, bye-bye.
I have a nice little visual here. On the table. So we were talking about doing marketing promotion and. Oh, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
I'll move somewhere, I'll move, you can get closer, because you can point out stuff now.
So last meeting, I mentioned it briefly, but I know after all of the public hearing, whatever stuff was pretty spent. So it's all in Berlin, only community and opportunity. I've been working with the American Record Journal. We also published this notice, basically to come up with kind of this tagline. The nice thing was, is from some of the discussions we had with the marketing firms, they were doing talking about public sessions and the rest, and thousands and thousands of dollars. The good thing is too, is this didn't cost us anything. Again, they want to get advertising money from it, but the nice thing too is I think it takes in a lot of what we're doing, which is to get a message, which is both business, but to come to the community. So what I did here essentially is kind of here's kind of where we are now. So we kind of have the town Facebook page. It has very few followers. My own personal LinkedIn and Facebook, don't have an Instagram, don't have Twitter presence. I've been doing Center of Connecticut ads, and some site selector things, and then again, 3-4 clicks down in town website. So somewhat hidden. The idea would be here with this is if we decided to go with a campaign, we essentially would launch a campaign for her. A couple of things it would do. One is we would get both Twitter and Instagram hashtags. So I was at Lindsay Coffee. I'm one of those guys that hashtags once in a great while. So I did hashtag Lindsay Coffee. I took a picture of her. But I didn't have a Berlin one to send it to. Problem with that is there's a lot of people doing stuff in town. It's not going anywhere. If we had this and you did, it's all in Berlin, it would go to that central place as well as to the Facebook page itself to start with. So there'd be a central location for good information as well as good news. Right now, it isn't.
Be instant too, not to interrupt, but it'd be instant. Anytime he did something, people would see what's happening, new event, live event, whatever is going on.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what she does better than anybody I've ever seen, which is Aaron Stewart. Essentially, she puts something out there, people know about it. If it's an event somewhere, they tend to go there. And not to say we're going to do that, but the fact of the matter is that right now, our social media presence, if you're not connected with me in some way, you don't know what's happening in Berlin unless my stuff gets forwarded on other.
Can we advertise that site? Just to keep exposed to the site
Absolutely.
each week.
Yeah, no, and part of this is to work with them, and actually that was just the next thing. It's both hard copy and electronic marketing. So I think because we have people in town eat, sleep, and drink on their phones, we also have people who don't use anything except make phone. So we need to hit both sides. It needs to be hard copy, it needs to be electronic. Citizen, the Record Journal, they also have, I think it's 6 other papers. So they have a paper that, let's say it's the Cheshire. We do this kind of thing in like a Cheshire newspaper and there's a place to go to, they can't. The nice thing about this, there's nothing in here that says we're trying to steer your business, which is always my concern with the market, because I don't want to be seen as being present. This, you can take this any way you want. Community opportunity, and I see opportunity, hey, maybe I can grow my business in town. Hartford Business Journal, Real Estate Journal. I've been doing ads in the Real Estate Journal, but it's more of just the Center of Connecticut reminder things. We have not been done this far. The other thing is too is again, it's all in berlin.com. This is essentially where we would have the centralized stuff. If you look at a couple of next pages, what I did is I printed off 3 other communities that I found, 2 in Connecticut, 1 outside Connecticut. And again, these are very, very, very deep. There's a lot here. I don't think we're going to go this deep on it. But if you're looking at it from an economic development as well as tourism, because now that we have truck bars, coffee shops, restaurants, having a presence which is more than just, oh, by the way, here's the town services, I think it's important. I think gives you flavor for what I'm thinking for the website.
Chris, when someone comes to you.
Yep.
And wants to say this project that we're talking about. Is it a real estate agent that comes to you? Is it the proprietor of the project that comes to you looking for advice or space or land or opportunities? I mean, who is it?
It's a combination. It comes from different places. Sometimes it is the real estate agent. Sometimes it's the developer. Sometimes it's the architect or engineer. It varies. I can, if you want, I took pictures of it. If you want me to send it. Or I can take pictures. It's fine. So it comes in all shapes and sizes, truthfully. I'm never quite sure.
So it's all over.
It is. I mean, a little side note, not that's related to this. I've been doing windshield tours 1 to 2 a week with people. So I jump in the car, 45 minutes, town hall, around town and back. We highlight 14 things happen, including available real estate. Now, I've done that with commercial real estate people, architects, engineers,
Pizza maker,
developers. What's that?
pizza maker.
The pizza maker?
Did you go feed them?
I don't know.
I know you're playing.
Oh, I'm planning on it. Yes, I'm planning on it. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Actually, no, thanks for that reminder. I can jot myself a note of that. No, just,
He's an investor.
yeah, he's looking to do something. The nice thing about that is I can highlight really what we're doing as well as opportunities. For instance, the Golden Triangle, the vacant gold forklift. I can highlight the good and I wouldn't even say the bad, the opportunities.
And everybody who does business will want to be part of something like this and subscribe to this because, I mean, quick example, there's a surveyor in town that is interested in learning about the new projects that come along. Because they want to be part of it. Or maybe get a sub job, or whatever it may be. So everyone who's doing construction may want to be part of that GC thing, and they'll be interested. So you get more and more businesses, involved in services of those companies and everything. So it gets out there, everybody sees it.
One of the first things I see too is taking pictures of progress, taking pictures of Tony and Mark's building, taking pictures of the progress of the two prior brothers down by Tyler, because they're building. Not that everybody sees it, but out at Christian Lane, the guy who does the curbside recycling for all of Berlin is doing that 30,000 square foot expansion. Again, you can't really see it, but he's spending $30 million.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fact that, what John is just finishing up his retail building, here he has 3 tenants across from Home Depot, he'll probably fill the rest of it up. It's a good way to let people see what's happening, and I think people want to see that quick visual of what's happening. So, yes.
The Guilford ones, I look at it.
Yep.
It's actually like, you just take a glance, with one glance, a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? It really like, the Watcher one is great to see the lobster, but then you gotta look at the little print above it.
Yep.
So it's sort of, you gotta dig in. But the Guilford one, you take a peek at that, it's like, oh.
It's already well round, makes you want to go there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how that plays into all the things you're doing, because I'm not that good.
It's good to know because that's the part I'm still not sure about. I gotta look at this and let me finish the bottom.
But the other thing, the only other
Yep.
comment I want to make is, these are good, but I think they're too plain. I think you gotta add another color, like a border or something. I think you gotta do
Absolutely.
something more than that, because
Yep.
like I look at some of this stuff here, they look like this thick one, and it's like, wow. So
Absolutely.
that's the only thing I want to say.
Yeah, in my mind, Dave, the most important thing here is the message, what it looks like, without a doubt.
Actually, Guilford, they did like everything.
Yeah, right.
So you can add your colors.
Yeah.
Yep. So a couple things here. The why, awareness. I think that people still don't know what's going on. Community pride, and seriously, if your kid hits a home run and wins the game, I could care less. It's all in Berlin. It'd be nice to see it there because they do a little baseball.
Especially the high school stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
High school was in state tournament 2 years ago. Nobody knew that they were playing.
Yeah, exactly. So Central location for good news and events. A lot of the stuff, an example would be, so Thursday night, they did acoustic night at Business Day Coffee, standing room. The problem is not a lot of people do because there wasn't an effort to get it out, something like that. I think. What are we targeting? I think there's a number. One, Berlin businesses that have just pride in being here, part of something to stay and grow. Businesses outside of Berlin. The one trend I'm seeing that I absolutely love is we're starting to see Berlin residents bring their businesses to Berlin. If you remember, when I started 7 years ago with a different planner, that's the last that was on people's minds. But if you figure Priority Electric, we're getting other people. I got somebody who's, I believe, under contract to buy a building. So we're starting to see that. Residents, stay and shop local. If there's things going on, I want to let them know about it. Customers from out of town, young people looking to live here. Now that we have what, 300 apartments coming online, it'd be nice to be able to let them know. Young people looking to work here, families looking to buy homes. What I would love to do is, if I could kind of have a magic wand, I'd love to have this and maybe some of our welcome stuff, if we do some kind of welcome about the month in a minute, in with an HR packet for Eversource, Comcast. They have new employees. We should be the first thing in front of them to let them know what's happening, what's here. If they're going to be here, let's get them early to start spending.
And why do they want to stay here?
Yeah. So if I look at this as a big construction project, and I look at this as I am the general contractor and I'm going to basically hire subs. So the subs would be, again, branding, probably work with Record Journal, Citizen, get a social media. Figure out exactly the best way to do this. Because I'm not 100% certain. I know there's a way to do it. And there's a way to do it on a simple way where you post it once and you go to different places. Video expert testimonials. This one is huge. I think we need to do 30-second spots with a whole lot of people. Why are you in Berlin? Love about Berlin. I mean, everything from, I was down talking to a guy at the truck park. He was just talking about how great the experience was working with the town of Berlin. You can't buy that kind of thing. You get him 30 seconds on there, plus if we had it, put it out as content on a regular basis. Website professional, that's figuring probably, I'm thinking more down the line, which is we get this up and rolling after July 1st, we focus more on the website. Because I want to figure out kind of what it is, what we're doing before we jump into a website. And the last piece, which Bob will mention, which is the work with Better Ribbon Chamber. So give Bob a second to kind of talk about that and the effort that they've been doing with the Berlin Advisory.
Okay, so a couple things. Greater New Britain Chamber is looking to change its name. The name's been already figured out, so I can't say. What we did was there's 10 of us who developed the Berlin Advisory Board to Greater New Britain Chamber. So there's 10 of us that work in. So far, we've gotten involved with a lot of different things. Okay, not going to go over all of them now, but you know, a couple of things are working with the high school, something that we've talked about way in the past, for job fairs for kids. There was a career fair where we helped them get some speakers in there to go talk to certain classrooms. They were juniors. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Social services, the Amazing Race. Not sure if you guys have heard that, but it's something that's going on in town. We help get some businesses and help promote that. And that's with Doug's department there. Jamie Miller had approached us. We're helping with the Upbeat Picnic as far as we're looking for raffle prizes to donate so they can raffle them off and make money for Upbeat. We had a networking event. Not sure if you guys heard about it. It was at Coles Road, and we only invited pretty much Berlin businesses. We had signed in. There was high 30s. We're figuring there was close to 50 there. People who walked in or did sign in or what have you. 50 businesses there. It was huge. It was awesome. We're looking to have another one in a couple of months. We're going to approach approach the truck bar. Actually, we talked to them. Just like, yes, definitely want to do this, but. We'll see. Not a ton. So there's no requirement at this point
Yeah,
to
I-
join. I don't know what the whole chamber is. There's no requirement, but eventually we ask them to join. Chambers run $100 special. You join, first year's $100. And then the last thing that we came up with as one of our projects we're working on is to create, and it's something that we've talked about in this for years, a welcome kit. Any new business comes in town, and Chris referred to kind of more of a resident welcome kit. This is for new businesses. Any new business comes in town, we want to give them a welcome kit. Some of the ideas we had were, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that bag that the Historical Society says it's Berlin, not Berlin. You ever seen that little bag at the fair? Okay, so we wanted to purchase those. We want to, there's a book that says Berlin on it, has the history of Berlin. Put that in there. And then there's other things as far as, you know, pens. We got map. We got other things. But anyway, the problem with this is chamber is not in any financial situation to help us. So I've been talking to Chris, I talked to the mayor, I talked to the town manager. I talked to Ed briefly. What we want to do is see if we can coordinate the EDC and Berlin Board of the Chamber and create a welcome kit. Okay. There's marketing funds that we can possibly access through this board. And Chris can probably talk more about the funds, but if we were able to get, you know, $1,500, right? And create a welcome kit. So we have 25, 30 welcome kits for the next 25 businesses that come in that would have the bag, that would have the book, that would have the map. And we wanted to create a nice pad folio, which costs about $22 a piece, which is, you know, we understand it's a little pricey, but $22 a piece, they would say Berlin on it, whatever. It could say Berlin EDC, we'd be fine with that. So, and give that. So
That would have more businesses.
no, it would just say Berlin. Like, you know what a padfolio is? It's like a nice, that you open it up, it has, you can put your business cards, you can put, you know, it has a notebook, has pens, you know, but it would have, it would say embossed, you know, on the front. Something like that.
The only thing with that is do that based on one person, so to say. Something like they did it one at a time, town laid out there, everybody, they pay so much to get the business advertised.
The chamber has one.
That's that.
I didn't bring one with me because I had one and I gave it to the last business that we had. But one side has New Britain, all the businesses and everything. The other side has Berlin and a bunch of businesses on it. Not everything. Yeah.
And then do that, and you go and you hand it out to other. This way here, it's not just one person that gets it back. Every employee gets it back. Businesses.
That's a great idea.
But don't the businesses pay?
Right.
So they don't pay for itself?
Well, that's done through the chamber. They already did that, so.
Yeah, there's a gentleman, I'm gonna be talking to, he does a lot of work in the chamber for cocaine. What currently exists, or what could be.
So my question would be, would this board approve an allotment of funds that we could go buy things to put in a gift basket that would be from Berlin, EDC, and Chamber combined? Welcome to town.
So each packet costs about what?
The total packet probably would end up about $40. Some of it's free. Some of it's free. The chamber would donate the stuff that they have, the map. They throw in the chamber app. there were a couple other things. Some of the businesses, you know, anyone who wants to donate from a business, we're more than welcome to take something. Like the last one, the girl from the salon actually put the kit together herself. And I had a book, the 515 issue, 515 book. But, you know, it was kind of cheesy. It wasn't, you know, we want something. Hey, welcome to town, here's something. There's names, there's gonna be contact lists in there, the town contacts, who to call, obviously Chris. Get on our website. Eventually,
At a plus.
we're, yeah, this is like stage one.
No, I understand.
We're there.
We have funds for this, what do we have?
36.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I know, it's frosting. We already have.
What's the idea? Do you guys agree with that?
Good idea, to have to start.
Yeah, I like the concept.
You gotta start somewhere.
Why wouldn't we try new things? And why wouldn't we make an impression? on businesses coming here, like, we already have them, we're not dumping. Now we're doing this. And we want you to now.
Right, and there's gonna be a lot of information in there as far as contacts, like I said, the town website, you can actually print it, make it nice, and say, manager, this is how you get a hold of Chris, this is how you get a hold of whatever, tax, you know,
Most people easier to do on the website, right?
yeah, that's true.
Most people gravitate towards, like, person like this, I do, right? I'm kind of like a dinosaur. when it comes to things like this. Most people gravitate towards the paper and things like the map with the names on it and stuff, or is there some way we could?
It's a lot of those things, people go online, but also the people on their desk who have that thing, you know, they want that contact name. I know I had that list, I know I had Chris's number, so,
Yeah.
you know, if it's not to the point where you're talking, you put
The
them
only
in your
reason I
phone.
say that, just every person I see has a phone number. They don't even know what paper is. Seems like.
Depends on where the paper
Younger
is.
Yeah, I've got one department where I shop in every Thursday. They go out, they have lunch.
Yeah.
And they're always saying,
Menus.
where are we gonna go? What are you gonna do? Here it is, you know, like I said, I'm having to look at, here's this food. You know, and a lot of times they go out. They go to Riley's, they're J. Timothy,
They
they-
had to go out.
so they're, you know.
I like that idea.
No, I think that's a good idea. I
Or
think
whatever.
as we start progressing, we ask the businesses either want to, you know, 10% off lunch or something, or at least their menus.
I guess the question we have is, who would charge ads, merchandise, putting it together, ready to do business?
So when there's a grand opening, we want to have one representative from the chamber, the Berlin Board Chamber there to present this.
Bill is a great face.
Bill Moore? Yeah, but he's the president. We want somebody representing the Berlin. 'Cause-
No. I'm saying, as one of the.
Oh, absolutely. So he was there and Kay went last night. Now, if you go to the truck bar, Kay's gonna be there again. I think, who else is on our board? Bobby Canto's coming. I mean, I'll be there, but I'm usually representing EDC.
Give a committee of people that do this.
Yes, there's a 10-person board.
Something, Rick, something.
We're off. And we got, well, I think, we have Janet from Berlin Citizen who puts stuff in the paper. She's an interesting person. She's fun, but yeah, so she'll put articles in, she'll put stuff like that. So.
Just under $30,000. So we definitely have room to do this and then still do what we're talking about.
So I thought the number we came up with was like 15. By merchandise. And that would be anywhere between 30 and 50 kits. So we'd be good for, yeah. At least. Unless things go really well.
Hey, we're moving to Pearl and they got.
But if they go really well, we'll get more money. But, so if we could get, let's say 25, be conservative, 25 kits, next 25 businesses that open in town, get a welcome kit with all this info. Now, there's one Thursday, the truck bar, we're trying to put something together now. I did talk to Lorraine at the Historical Society today. She said she's gonna be able to get me a bag. Whatever. But, if we do approve or okay this, then I'd have to put an order for those bags, because I think she said, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I was saying, and I can coordinate a lot of it directly through the budget. So if it's a vendor that the town already uses, I can really just go right through the budget process. And money doesn't want to have to leave, it can just go cut straight, check straight from the finance office.
Historical Society.
What's that?
The Historical Society.
I'm sure they are. If they're not, we'll get them.
Right, that would be great, because they can order, and we'd be helping them out on top of it, for those of you. They get a book printed from, I think you said Amity, what's the one? The other one, Academy, that's it,
What's it?
yeah. 10, I think. Well, and then the bags they have to order, and
I gotta look at. Decent.
Oh, yeah, she's good.
I mean, that's all right. Oh, sure, that's all right.
you can always look at shirts, if there are, we can.
I know she does.
Might have to buy the bag.
She'll put it in. If you buy it, she'll put it in.
Historical.
I'm
Society.
sure
I know my daughter.
I don't even think
they she has Harper Hill.
we could probably get.
Mentioning
There's certain kind and.
It's a certain
So the only thing is they're the ones you're gonna go through, but they have the idea.
Yeah, I mean, you always go online, you can find it cheaper too. Here it is, business and Berlin. So talking about support.
Right.
Your own business or going on the internet, get the bag. So
So that's part of, Chris's marketing.
maybe for the
I can
time and
order,
effort
at
it's not.
least I can order one shirt. I want one shirt. One t-shirt.
So do we need a
Yeah, I would say the motion for that.
number two,
Yeah, I mean, I think 1,500 is a good number, and then we can kind of reevaluate.
100 units.
No, $1,500.
50.
Yeah, $1,500. and then we'll-
I leave in my hearing. Yeah, I'll make a motion to support this $1,500. Berlin chamber. Bags.
Like the second.
Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes.
And I'm not sure whether or not we want a formal motion or not, but I would love your support to get rolling on this. Again, it's not a tomorrow thing, but I'd like to get it rolling, start having a conversation with people. The good news is I've already created Twitter and Instagram, Facebook page, and I paid to get that. So at least the steps are taken, at least.
The only thing that I'm thinking is we're sort of like, this is new for us. I would maybe suggest that we find out who does State Guilford, New York. I doubt that the town hall is doing this for them. So if like, if we find out like the 1-2-3 company from Haven is doing Guilford, and they know all about this stuff, we could at least ask.
Yeah, but
them for-
anybody that does a website,
Yeah.
they have, I mean, I use Drew right in town.
Yeah.
But the thing with what you're talking about, the whole marketing thing, we've already had, we had those 3 different vendors come in, and we saw, 25,000 is a start.
Right.
And so with this, I like the idea, the fact that Chris can still have control of it, but, you know, somebody manage the website, and you might want to talk to Drew. You know, I know that kid was more than intelligent. You know, the Record Journal does some great marketing. You go on their website, they do some good branding and stuff. You know,
So would the Record Journal kind of be put all this together?
Yeah, basically, the branding piece I do with the Record Journal. I would put together, I have to figure some kind of a launch or something. And it would include likely some advertising. Record Journal, Journal Citizen, online versions, both, and kind of figure it from there. A lot of it really for me is going to be talking to people who actually know what do we need to do and what's it going to cost. Because I'm not going to start doing tons of ads if I don't know the numbers down here. I think it's important to know that. I think the website's important, and actually I know the economical people in both Guilford and Mystic, so I can find out. But I think some of this too, I think it's, I look at it and think it's more important. I mean, branding, getting my arms on the social media, and getting some videos, because truly 30-second blips are what people want to see. They don't want to have to dig deep into a website. Look at what people want right now. Most of it is your quick, simple, straightforward.
And you don't want to have to chisel down, find something.
No, and
You know, it is, let me ask you a question. Is this a separate website from your town website?
no, there's all three of these are separate. And what it is, I look specifically for ones that are separate from the town website.
I see they have a sponsor.
Yes, they do.
Because, you know, get the town website, get all tangled in with the.
Yeah, dog ward. Everything else.
I mean, and I think you're right. Start out with this and then always expand. But it's,
And I mean, I'm not planning on doing the website, so I'm not start talking to people on the website, but I mean, getting a website up and running, I think we need to think logically what is there, because there's a lot of pieces to this.
we have to get approval.
We already have the money. I'm gonna run it by town council next week. We already have the money, so this.
No, I'm talking about, do we have to get approval to have our own website?
That's one of the discussions I'm gonna be having here today. I've already had a brief discussion with Kate Long at this point, but I wanted to get this. I wanted everybody's feedback here first before.
Right. I mean, town says.
Mayor's good with it, Bush is good with it, and he's the dozen business I've spoken to. And Charlie, I mean, even Lorraine loved it.
I think we get more bang for our buck here. And the event is not perfect yet. But what you put together here. Right, beginning.
It is, and again, I am taking from conversations with people where I think we can go with it. It's just figuring out, and essentially it's going to be, okay, great, yeah, you can help me, so you're gonna do X, we're gonna pay you Y to get what we need.
Well, the whole thing is infrastructure. I think you probably put it down on paper. I think it did a really good job. As far as, this is the plan. Our plan's gonna change, obviously. We don't know where or how or what, things will change, guaranteed. But this is how we want to start. I think that's a great plan. So,
Could you put this with each of our agendas? So each meeting is there for us. Review of any other-
just an updated progress.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's part of our written agenda.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Each
get
one
this
of us
together.
could want to make a suggestion in certain
I'm
areas.
not gonna have it for next Monday, but yes, like, that's a
Great, great job.
well, but the funny thing is too, is that this is an improvement over my handwritten. Because the handwritten one, I had notes all over the damn place, and it just, okay, yeah, what I can do, what makes sense.
the other thing is, you don't know what you don't know. So as far as social media, I mean, I know nobody in this room is, you know, Zuckerberg. So I think we don't know, but I've sat in some of those meetings and heard things and sit there like, what? You can do what? You can interact with these people, you can get just these people, you can target this, and it's be like,
There's a lot of things, I mean, I've even had conversations with a couple different companies that literally they can do an app on her phone that then would target people around a restaurant and others. There's a lot of stuff that's out there, and you're right. And this is I don't know what I don't know, but I'm gonna find people to tell me what I need to know and how to do. And I think that we're on a path here that makes sense. I mean, the big thing is too is we need to drain down the monies between now and June. And we're, yeah, so we have, we requested 40,000 from the Board of Finance for next year. In order to cut the budget a little bit, they basically have cut it down to 30, which was a negotiation because they wanted to go 20.
So we gotta show we can use this money.
But I
You
think,
gotta show some progress.
and I think once we kind of get this up and rolling,
You need a motion for this.
you know, why don't we do that? Why don't we get a motion to go forward, and that probably not a bad idea, at least it's in the minutes.
What are we gonna label?
So we should, yeah, what should we label?
I mean,
Changes.
No, I mean, basically,
Branding Berlin.
it's branding and awareness campaign is what I'm essentially calling
For the branding and awareness campaign. for Berlin. Businesses or just EDC? Berlin,
it. Yeah, just for Berlin. I think
to
it
move
goes
forward. And there's not much more because we, like it says, we're gonna learn as we go.
absolutely, no question.
Okay, second. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Very good.
Because it starts, and I could see where rain would be interesting. Storage aside.
Well, you know, when you look at some of these